What makes a day truly perfect, and how do you say it in English? Close your eyes for a second. Imagine your perfect day. Where are you? What time do you wake up? Who's with you? Now, can you describe that day in English? That's exactly what you're going to be able to do by the end of this video. Not just simple phrases, real sentences. Sentences that sound natural. Sentences that make people feel what you're describing. And here's the thing, you don't need to be advanced to do this. You just need the right words and the right structure. That's it. I know what you might be thinking. My English isn't good enough for this. But here's what's true. Talking about your life, your wishes, your perfect day, that's actually one of the easiest places to start. Because you already know the story, you just need the words. So let me give you your first useful phrase right now. Ready? My perfect day would start with, say it out loud. My perfect day would start with, simple, powerful. And you can finish that sentence 100 different ways. Later, I'm going to show you exactly how to finish that sentence. And make it sound like a native speaker. This video is for you if you're a beginner or intermediate English learner who wants to actually speak, not just study. If you've ever frozen up when someone asked you about yourself in English, stay right here. This one's for you. So why are we talking about a perfect day? Here's the thing. Most English courses teach you business vocabulary, airport vocabulary, grammar rules, but they skip the most important thing, personal conversation. And personal conversation is where real connections happen. Think about it. When you meet someone new at work, traveling, at a party, what do they ask you? They ask about your life, your weekend, what you like to do, your dreams. If you can talk about those things naturally, your confidence goes through the roof. Goes through the roof means increases a lot, by the way. Great expression to remember. And the topic of your perfect day, it's gold for practice. Why? 3 reasons. First, it's personal. You're not memorizing a fake dialogue. You're talking about something real. Second, it's flexible. You can use the same vocabulary in dozens of other conversations. Third, it's emotional. And emotional topics stick in your memory. And in a few minutes, I'll show you something most learners completely skip. And it's the reason their English sounds flat, even when the grammar is correct. So this isn't just a vocabulary lesson. This is a conversation training session. By the end, you'll have a full description of your perfect day in English, ready to use in real life. Let's build it together. Starting from the very beginning of that day, in this block, you're going to learn how to describe your perfect morning with real vocabulary, real structure, and real sentences you can use today. Let's start at the beginning. You wake up. What does your perfect morning look like? For a lot of people, it starts with one thing: no alarm. Just waking up naturally when your body is ready. In English, we say, I'd wake up naturally, or I'd wake up without an alarm. The word would is your best friend here. It means this is something you imagine or wish for. I would wake up, I'd wake up. In spoken English, we almost always use the short form, I'd. Let's try it together. First attempt, a common mistake. In my perfect day, I wake up and it is sunny and I eat breakfast. That's not wrong exactly, but it sounds like a list. No feeling, no color. Just facts. And now let's fix it. I'd wake up slowly, feeling completely rested. The room would be quiet. Maybe there'd be sunlight coming through the curtains. Hear the difference? Same information. But now it feels like something. The secret is sensory language. Language that describes what you see, hear, feel, smell, or taste. Sensory means related to your senses. Let's build your perfect morning with sensory language. Here are your core vocabulary blocks. For waking up in the early morning, I'd wake up feeling refreshed. Refreshed means rested and full of energy. The morning would be calm, peaceful, quiet. I'd take my time. This means not rushing, doing things slowly. I wouldn't check my phone right away. Right away means immediately. For breakfast, I'd make myself a slow breakfast. Slow breakfast means taking your time, not eating in a hurry. I'd sit by the window / on the porch in the garden. I'd enjoy my coffee, tea without any rush. For the feeling of the morning, I'd feel at ease. At ease means relaxed, comfortable. There'd be no pressure. No pressure means nothing stressing you out. Everything would feel just right. Now, your turn. Let's try building a morning sentence. Attempt. My perfect day, I wake up and have coffee. Better version, I'd wake up slowly, make myself a big breakfast, and sit outside enjoying my coffee with no rush at all. You just described a morning in English, not as a list, but as an experience. That's a real skill. That's real progress. Coming up, afternoon and evening. And I'll give you the connectors that tie your whole day together like a story. In this block, you'll learn how to describe your afternoon and evening. Plus, the connecting words that make your English flow like a real story, not a list of sentences. Okay, your morning is set. You woke up slowly. You had a great breakfast. You felt at ease. Now what happens next? The afternoon and evening of your perfect day. This is where your story gets really interesting. But before we get into the vocabulary, let me give you something that changes everything: connectors and time expressions. These are small words and phrases that link your sentences together. Without them, your English sounds choppy. Choppy means broken, not smooth. With them, it sounds natural and fluent. Here's your connector toolkit. After that, use this to move from one thing to the next. Later in the afternoon, sets the time clearly. By the time evening came, great for describing the end of the day. In between, for things that happen in the middle. At some point, when the exact time doesn't matter. As the day went on, shows the day progressing naturally. Now let's talk about what you might do in the afternoon. Activities and places. I'd spend the afternoon outdoors. Outdoors means outside, in nature, or the city. I'd go for a long walk somewhere beautiful. I'd visit a place I love, maybe a beach, a forest, a city neighborhood. I'd meet up with people I care about. Meet up means getting together with someone. I'd do something creative, paint, cook, write, play music. I'd do something creative, paint, cook, write, play music. I'd just read a book somewhere quiet. Key vocabulary for describing places and activities. Laid back, relaxed, not stressful. The afternoon would be totally laid back. Surrounded by having something all around you. I'd be surrounded by nature. At my own pace, doing things as slowly or quickly as I want. I'd explore at my own pace. Now, evening. For many people, the evening of a perfect day is about warmth, connection, slowing down. Evening vocabulary. As the sun set, a beautiful way to transition to evening. We gather around, come together as a group, like around a table or fire. I'd have a long, relaxed dinner. We'd talk for hours, great for describing deep conversations. I'd feel grateful. Grateful means thankful, appreciating what you have. It would feel like enough. A powerful phrase meaning you don't need anything more. Attempt. After morning, I go outside, and after that, I have dinner with friends. Better version. After a slow morning, I'd spend the afternoon outdoors, maybe walking by the water. Later, I'd meet up with close friends for a long dinner. By the time evening came, I'd feel completely at peace. Hear that? That's a story. That's English that flows. You now have the vocabulary and the structure to describe a full day. From morning to night. You're not translating anymore. You're thinking in scenes. That's a huge leap forward. Remember what I said about English sounding flat even when the grammar is correct? Here's the answer. In this block, I'm going to show you the one layer that separates English from English that people actually remember. And it has nothing to do with grammar. So here's the thing most learners never figure out. You can have perfect grammar, perfect vocabulary, and still your English falls flat. Falls flat means it doesn't create any impact. It doesn't move people. Why does that happen? Because you're describing actions but not feelings and atmosphere. Atmosphere, that means the emotional quality of a moment. The vibe of it, the way it makes you feel inside. Think about this sentence, I'd have dinner with friends. Now think about this one, I'd have dinner with the people I love most. Laughing, talking about everything and nothing with no place we needed to be. Same action, completely different feeling. The second sentence makes you want to be there. That's the power of atmosphere. Here's how you add atmosphere to your English. 3 layers. Layer 1, emotion words. I'd feel completely free. I'd feel deeply content. Content means satisfied, at peace. There'd be this sense of joy, sense of means, a feeling of, I'd feel like myself. A beautiful phrase meaning you feel natural and authentic. I wouldn't want the day to end. Layer 2, atmosphere and phrases. The kind of day where time slows down. Everything would feel effortless. Effortless means easy, with no struggle. There'd be a warmth to everything. The air would smell like, great for sensory detail. It would feel like a dream, but real. Layer 3, people and connection. The people around me would make it special. We wouldn't need to do anything extraordinary. Extraordinary means unusual or amazing. Just being together would be enough. There'd be a lot of laughter. I'd feel seen. To feel seen means to feel understood and appreciated. Now watch what happens when we put all 3 layers together. Before layers, my perfect day, I wake up, go outside, have dinner with friends, and sleep well. After layers, my perfect day would start slowly, waking up with no rush, feeling completely rested. I'd spend the afternoon somewhere beautiful, at my own pace, surrounded by nature. By evening, I'd be with the people I love, sharing a long dinner and lots of laughter. I'd feel deeply content, like I had everything I needed. The kind of day where time slows down and you don't want it to end. That's English that lands. That's English people, remember? The strongest one. Right now in this moment, you have something most intermediate learners don't. You know how to make people feel your words. That's not beginner English. That's not even just intermediate English. That's communication. Real, powerful communication. And you just learned it. We're almost there. One more block, and then we close the big question from the beginning. All right, let's put it all together. This is where you actually practice. Out loud, on your own, step by step. Here's how we're going to do this. 3 steps. First, you build your sentences using the checklist below. Then you say them out loud even if it feels awkward. And finally, you compare with the model and adjust. Your perfect day builder, step by step. Step 1, your morning. Answer these questions out loud in English. What time would you wake up and how would you feel? Would you be alone or with someone? What would you eat or drink? Where? What's one sensory detail, a sound, a smell, a feeling? Use. I'd wake up. The morning would be. I'd take my time. Try this sentence. Frame. I'd wake up, time or feeling, activity, and sensory detail. Example. I'd wake up naturally, make a slow breakfast, and sit on my balcony feeling the sun on my face. Step 2. Your afternoon. Answer out loud. Where would you go? What would you do? Would you be alone or with others? What's the vibe? Active, peaceful, adventurous? Use. After that, I'd spend the afternoon at my own pace, surrounded by. Try this sentence frame. After a slow morning, I'd activity, detail about the place or feeling. Example. After a slow morning, I'd drive to the coast and walk along the beach with no particular destination in mind. Step 3. Your evening. Answer out loud. How would the day wind down? Wind down means slow down and relax. Who would be there? What would the conversation or mood feel like? How would you feel at the end? Use. As the sun set, by the time evening came, I'd fell. It would feel like enough. Try this sentence frame. By evening, I'd be with who, where, feeling, emotion. Atmosphere sentence. Example. By evening, I'd be around a table with my closest friends, feeling completely at ease. The kind of night where no one looks at their phone. What makes a day truly perfect, and how do you say it in English? We started this video with a question. Close your eyes and imagine your perfect day. Now, can you describe it in English? And the answer right now is yes, you can. You learned how to describe your morning with sensory language. You learned how to connect your afternoon and evening like a story. And you learned the one thing most learners skip: atmosphere. The feeling behind the words. That's not a small thing. That's the difference between English that informs and English that connects. Here's what I want you to know. You didn't just learn vocabulary today. You learned how to share a piece of yourself in another language. And that changes how people see you. It changes how conversations go. It changes your confidence. From today on, you're already someone who can describe their inner world in English. Not perfectly, but powerfully. And that matters more. So here's your one action. I invite you to write or record your perfect day in English. 1 paragraph. Use everything you practiced today. And if you want to share it, the comments are right there. See you in the next one.